Thanks, Donny. Thanks a lot. To me, you are a real explorer among genres and musical schemes. How do you cultivate your curiosity?
Grazie, grazie. I listen to music that stimulates my sense of creative imagination. So I'm always kind of searching for things to listen to that is inspiring. And sometimes I have periods where I'm writing music that I don't listen as much because the songs that I'm writing are kind of circling in my head as I'm trying to find the right journey for how to put them together. But so it's listening, but also it's interacting with the musicians in my band, for example, and they do things that are very inspiring to me. Sometimes it's sonic ideas, the way they use pedals, the way they use sounds, it's rhythmic ideas. So all of that to me is also really, it helps to inform like my musical language. And that's one thing that has been deprived in the last year and a half with COVID. We have not been playing together. So I've missed that greatly. So today is a special day because we're back playing and I'm feeling, the energy and hearing the interesting ideas that my bandmates are doing that are just really wonderful. So I think all of that kind of moves together in a way to help me to find what comes next.
Any one of us has masters. Which are yours?
Oh yeah, well there's so many, there's so many. I think to my childhood and some of the big influences on me were Duke Ellington and John Coltrane, Charlie Parker. And as I got a little bit older, I was a big fan of Michael Brecker. And then from there, Sonny Rollins had a huge impact on my musicianship. And I've gone through different phases of things that I've listened to and been inspired by. Aretha Franklin has been a huge influence to me. Stevie Wonder. There's just it's a long list, in a way it's kind of overwhelming to think about, but what I've tried to do is just follow my instinct. And when I was young, I grew up in an environment that there was a lot of different kinds of music I was playing and listening to. Like I was hearing a lot of salsa music and a lot of funk music, like Tower of Power, more rock stuff like Led Zeppelin, and of course a lot of jazz music. So all of that is part of my musical DNA. I also used to listen to a lot of reggae music when I was young and saw a lot of reggae bands. So all of that is part of the DNA that I draw from, and I'm just always trying to let my imagination go wherever it's going to go stylistically and see where it leads, and sometimes it's very unexpected places. Yeah.
I've got scars that can't be seen. I've got drama that can't be stolen. Everybody knows me now.
Working with David Bowie has been inspirational for your career. Which kind of hints, suggestions or inspiration came from that experience, both musically and personally?
Well, one thing I remember David telling me was that he would say, that you're onto something when you feel slightly uncomfortable with what you're creating. And that has been the case for me as I've transitioned to playing this hybrid of musical styles where there's songwriting and singing and improvisation, and it's very electric, and there's a lot of sonic exploration with the electronics. So that at points has felt uncomfortable, but I persevere because his voice is in there telling me, you know that you're onto something, you know, when you're uncomfortable. So I think about that, and I guess I think about also how he was just very uncompromising in the way he would realize his musical vision. You know, he would not worry about genre, and he would create and let that be his guiding principle. So that's something that has also stayed with me. He was also somebody that was very engaged in the moment. When you were interacting with him, he was really focused and present. And that's something that I've always aspired to, and he was a great example of somebody who lived that. And musically, I think all of that carries over into the musical side of it, you know, where I just feel like I just want to follow what I think is a creative, interesting creative journey or vision, and just keep doing that.
Your music comes out from heterogeneous sources,
Okay.
very kind of different
Okay,
sources.
okay, yeah.
Which are the ones that are appealing you now particularly?
Let's see. That's a good question. I think right now I've been in a period where I've been working on some orchestral music, and I've been listening, and I've been also working on composing. So I haven't been listening as much as I usually do, but with orchestral music, like I've been listening a little bit to Sigur Rós, that band from Iceland, and they have a new record that's out, and some of their music incorporates orchestra, so I've been listening to some of that, and their lead singer is tremendous, and he has a solo project. I'm listening to that. Yeah, what else have I been listening to? I guess with the orchestra music, I went through a period of trying to listen to all of Beethoven's symphonies, you know, just one after the other, and cycling back and listening to Beethoven over and over. Also for the thematic development, the way he develops his melodies is incredible. What else have I been listening to lately?
Ears wide open.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Thanks a lot, Donny. Very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
My
you
pleasure.
very much.
My
Thank you very
pleasure.
much indeed.